That is the outcome of 18 hours of non-stop rain. I am going to order myself a big fat curry. Yes people, welcome back to another video. So in this week's episode, you join me once again in the stunning Dartmoor National Park. Now this episode continues pretty much from where the last one finished. All I've done is drive for around 45 minutes or so. I've come a little bit further south and today we're going to hike up Great Mis Tor. Now, as you've seen in the last video in Dartmoor, the weather took a little bit of a turn for the worse this morning and I've just checked on the Met Office, yellow weather warning. I'm not going to lie, when I seen that I was actually contemplating driving back to Bradford, you know. But I thought there is no way I can drive all the way down here and just spend one night here. So I'm all wrapped up, ready to brave the elements, and we're just going to go for it and see what happens. I have checked the map and the route that I've planned is looking really simple. It's just an out and back and you're talking about 3 miles at the very most. So that should be all right. So the rain is going to be pretty much non-stop all the way from the car all night. And the wind, the last time I checked, the gusts are up to 46 miles per hour. So if that's not a good test, then I don't know what will be. But we're ready for it, we're prepared. So I'm literally good to go now. I'm just going to chuck my bag on and we can get moving. Hopefully it's easy to navigate as well, because not only have we got wind and rain, but that fog has also come in as well. So this is where I've parked up for this camp, just a free car park off at Side at Road. And as you can see, nobody else is daft enough to be out for the night. I've decided to wisely park at this side of the car park because I don't fancy any of these trees dropping down on my VIP. So it's actually not raining too much now, which is good. Let's have a look in this puddle over here. Nah, just a couple of drops every now and then, that's all right. So I think that's a good time to get moving. The bag is good to go, as heavy as ever. Right then, that's the whip left there, safe and sound hopefully. And I have just started the route on my watch, so we are good to go. So I think as final destination for tonight is Great Mis Tor, but we will be passing Little Mis Tor en route as well. So that'll be another 2 tours bagged. Now I'm not sure if you can see this yet, but it looks like there's just a nice steady gravel track pretty much quite the way. Did I just say something then? Straight away from the side of the road, we're already on this nice gravel track, and judging by the map, it looks like this pretty much goes all the way up to the top. Now if that's the case, that will be very nice, because it is just so waterlogged everywhere. If the track is like this all the way up, then we'll be there in no time, which is brilliant, because the quicker we get there, the quicker we can look for somewhere to pitch, and the quicker we can get this tent up, get out of the elements, get into some warm gear, and then just relax for the evening. I'm not feeling 100%. I think I mentioned it in the last video at Dartmoor, and then today I woke up feeling a little bit worse. It's mainly just my throat. I did pop into Co-op and get some lem sips as well. It feels like I'm swallowing a brick every time I swallow. But apart from that, I feel absolutely buzzing. And I'm looking forward to another night on Dartmoor. So once again tonight, as I'm sure you can see by the colour of the pole bag on the side of my backpack, I am out in the Hilleberg Stiker, which is piss wet through from last night's camp. So that's not ideal. I was contemplating bringing 2 tents on this trip, so that if it did get wet through, I could just swap it out for another one. I mean, I'm sure it'd have been fine, but I just didn't feel comfortable leaving what is essentially a £1,000 tent in the car, unattended, overnight, in the middle of nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying? In an ideal situation, I would have detached the inner from the tent, so that I could keep it dry and keep it separate from the rest of the tent. But that is long, man. When you see how many little bloody tabs it's got to re-click on, yeah, not for me in that. Couldn't be arsed with that this morning. Ian, it's a shame it were all blocked off at bottom. I could have drove the VIP up here, saved on a little bit of walking time. Not that there's that far to walk anyway, because we've literally got 0.8 mile until we get to the summit of Great Mis Tor. So we've just got to Little Mis Tor. Just gonna have a little mooch. So it does look pitchable. There's a nice flat grass spot, but it's very open to the elements. Now, unless you're going to get a pitch round the other side, you're going to be getting battered all night. I've only got a quarter of a mile to go. The path isn't as good as it was, but it's still alright. And as far as the ascent goes, it's just been really gradual all the way from the car. So really steady away. Just what you need in these conditions. I thought I'd have been able to see the rocks of the Tor coming into view by now, considering I am 0.14 miles away. But that just shows how bad this visibility is. 360 fog all the way around. Yeah, hence the term 360 in Nugget. The wind is slowly getting stronger and stronger as we're getting higher up. I just hope we can find somewhere a little bit sheltered. I mean, I've got the gear to handle it, but I want to get a little bit of sleep tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got a 7-hour drive tomorrow. Is this the Tor? What's going on? No, it's not. There it is, look. I can see another one of those flagpoles. So this must be the summit. Let's see how windy it is. It doesn't help that I can't see out of my glasses. Just covered in rain. Wow, look at this, it's like a bloody bowling green. Very exposed though where I am. Just need to get behind one of these rocks for a second. Right. Oh, I'm soaking. My glasses, man. Can't see shit. Yeah, so around that corner, the wind is wild. We're just getting sheltered from this rock. Unfortunately, you can't camp here because it's just full of slop. So I've just checked on the Met Office for the wind direction, and it says it's coming from south-southwest, which is roughly that way. And as soon as we step out, you can feel that wind coming in. We are getting a little bit of protection from this little hump. But the difference is very noticeable as soon as we get tucked behind one of these rocks. So that tells me we need to head towards the north side of the Tor and hope there's a nice little pitchable spot around there. Let's go have a look. Oh, it looks like there's loads of little different levels to this shit. Let's go see over here. Behind this would be nice. Well, I bet it's boggy. So I found this little spot here, which does look suitable. We're not completely out of the wind because it's sort of coming round that side, but south-southwest is literally at that side of the Tor. So we are getting the majority of the protection from all these rocks. Now, it's definitely pitchable because, where's it gone? I just seen some a minute ago. There, look. Someone's clearly been camping here, hasn't there? So I'll take that with me. Nice little shepherd's hook. But yes, I reckon we'll just get in there. I did see that spot there, which looks good, but it seems to be in a little bit of a bowl. And if we are going to get all this rain continuously for rest at night, the last thing I want is all water pooling up and I end up bloody swimming about and that. Right, I'm going to try get the tent in here, same again. It might not fit, but all we can do is have a go and we'll see. I'm just happy to get this bloody backpack off. Slightly concerned about how long that's been open for as well. Probably since the car. What a tit. I underestimate how big this tent actually is sometimes. Yeah, it's gonna fit, only just. Made to measure that, wasn't it? Even though it only just fit in there with that little rock going sideways. Because I know we could get some big gusts at any minute, before I fully clip the rest of the tent up, I'm just going to get these guy lines out, just so it's pinned to the ground a little bit more. before I get inside the tent and start getting comfy, I'm just going to go to the top of this tor and bag it, just so it's done. I'm sure you can tell that the wind is well stronger at this side. Look at that. Yeah, no thank you. So we have actually done well getting pitched up at the opposite side. Straight away we've got a lot of protection from these rocks. Now normally in this situation I'd sit in the vestibule like this and I'd close this outer and then I'd start taking all my wet gear off to stop the inside of the tent getting wet. But because it's already damp from last night's camp when I've just packed everything together, all I'm going to do is just dedicate a little bit inside the tent for my arse and then I can start getting changed here really. Luckily, because the wind and rain is coming from that direction, with this being a 2-door tent, I've got the option to open this door and I'm out of the wind. Now, that is the first proper test for those gloves and they have worked. My hands are damp, but they're not wet and cold. I think it's more sweat than all. I think they're just a bit sweaty. So yeah, Simmond, I'm not sure what the model is, but whatever these Simmond gloves are, they've actually worked. Today anyway, at least. I've already tested this waterproof on various occasions, so I know it's the business. Inside is bone dry. Now that is what you need. Obviously for anything really prolonged, hour after hour of downpour, then you'll be lucky if any waterproof stops you getting wet. And even my headphones that have been under my hood, they're a tiny little bit damp, but as you can see, there's no raindrops on them at all. So that's done a job. Oh, can't beat it, man. When you just get in your tent out of that rain, I can hear the carnage unfolding out there. It sounds really windy the other side of this tor, and the rain is proper blowing in now. You can just see it straight out of this tent door. I don't know how well you can see that, but not very pleasant.
Is expected to be armed and is designated extremely dangerous.
Well, I've been in the tent now for about an hour and a half. It's pitch black out there. As I'm sure you can hear, the rain is just relentless. It literally hasn't stopped. And according to the Met Office forecast, it is plus 95% rain all night now. It's a good job I've got a little pee bottle in it, because I won't fancy going out there anytime soon. Awful, innit? Wind gusts right now, it says 46 miles per hour. It's going to peak out at 47 miles per hour, and that is at 8 o'clock, so in 3 hours time. And then it should hopefully slowly die off throughout the night, because we've only got 33 miles per hour gusts at midnight, and then it drops right down then to 19, 15, 14, 13. So by morning it should be relatively calm, and then we need to get up and out and packed away rapid, because come 10 o'clock tomorrow, 47 miles per hour gusts all the way up to 59 miles per hour gusts. I won't be hanging about for any of that, let me tell you that for now. It also says it's going to be fog in the morning. Makes no change there then, eh? I've come all the way to bloody Dartmoor, right? 7 hours here, 7 hours back. I might as well have camped in bloody back garden, because by the time I've had my tent up, I've just been tent bound for about 16 hours it's going to be, if not longer. Jesus. So I've had some chocolate, what are they called? Choco nut pillows, basically some Schneid craves with some milk that I brought up, and I am just sipping a nice can of gingerbread limited edition Pepsi. Oh, and been banging some of these pistachio nuts without the shells. Wait till you see what I've got for tea tonight. It's a simple one, it's easy to cook, but it's something different and it's something new to try as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I am going to have to crack the doors at some point so I can just make myself a lemsip, because my throat is absolutely killing right now. But I've just been enjoying myself, chilling out, watching some more episodes of Line of Duty. This is what it's all about in winter. You've got to find something to occupy you through these long, dark winter nights. Especially when you can't even go outside and have a little mooch about. If it stops raining, I'm going to go out and I'll do a little bit more filming and that, but it's just not worth me going out there, getting all my soaking waterproofs on, and then just getting cold. No point, is there? So I'm just going to bide my time, chill out, relax for another hour or so, and then I'll probably get some food on. Looking forward to some nice warm food. Shall I show you what I've got actually? Wait there. Wait there. Will you wait there a minute, yeah? You wait there, you. Not in the best of condition right now, but I've got 2 garlic and coriander naan breads with a pot noodle, doner kebab flavour pot noodle. Why have I never tried this? I don't even think I've ever seen it before. Doner kebab pot noodle with some garlic naan and a full tub of yoghurt and mint that I bought. Everything is piss wet through, can you see that dripping? So everything inside my backpack was pretty much wet through, because normally I put all my stuff inside a pack liner, but instead I just had all my warm gear, my down gear and stuff, inside a dry bag. So all that stuff stayed dry, but the rest of the stuff is just piss wet through. So it doesn't help that, I don't know if you can see it on the walls, because the inner of the tent was really wet, all these walls are still wet from last night's camp. So every now and then, when the wind is hitting the tent, I'm getting a nice splash of water straight in my face or straight on the floor. Once again, I put my sleeping bag inside my bivvy so that no matter what, even if my feet are brushing up against the walls, my sleeping bag is going to stay nice and dry, which will keep me nice and toasty, therefore nice and happy. And that's what it's all about. See, I just seen some drips dripping there. But anyway, I think I'm gonna boil some hot water, get a nice lemsip, and then rest my voice for a little bit. Yeah, at least we're nice and comfy. I hope you've all had a good Christmas. Let's pretend I'm recording this after Christmas, when you all already know that I'm actually recording it before Christmas. But I hope you all had a good Christmas. Mine was absolutely fantastic. Oh my God. Here I had a moment then. So I've more or less, well, I have now got every single item out of my backpack. Well, I thought I had every item. And then I just went to look for my pot and my gas, and I couldn't find it. I was looking around all inside this tent. Luckily, we're in the bottom of my rucksack and I just hadn't taken it out earlier. But yeah, I was thinking, oh my God, just what I need. But here it is, the gas piece. Right, obviously I'm sure it goes without saying that I do not recommend that you do any sort of cooking inside your tent. But I've got that door half open. This half of that mesh is fully revealed, as well as being like a third open on the actual zip. And then on this side, I've unzipped the vent at the top, and then same again, I've revealed the mesh on this side. So that should be all right. And because there's a lot of wind, there's quite good airflow coming through the tent. It does mean I am getting splashed a little bit because I've got the main door open and that driving rain is coming flying in. But I'd rather just have a little bit of rain intake and still keep it well ventilated. So obviously using the gas stove inside your tent is not great. The gusts seem to be getting a little bit stronger, you know, and I feel like the direction of the wind has changed, even though it won't forecast to. Seem to be getting hit quite a bit from this side. This has actually turned out to be quite a windy camp. I mean, I know it was forecast, but the idea was to find somewhere a little bit protected so that we're out away from it. Nice bit of hot sauce. Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Whoa, it's raining. What the hell is going on? Stuck in a tent with nowhere to go. 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 Has any of you lot ever actually tried one of these? A doner kebab pot noodle. Let's give it the first taste test. I've added the chili sauce that should give it a little bit of a kick. It actually smells like a kebab, no joke. Doesn't taste like one though. Oh! That is quite spicy, you know. That chilli sauce. I don't know if it's because I've not stirred it properly or what, but yeah, it's got a nice little kick to it. That is quite nice, that, you know. Let's try it with a bit of garlic naan. And then a little bit of mint sauce as well. See what that's saying. Yeah, that's a bit of me, is that? I think I might have found something here. Perfect combination. It's hard to do it without it all dripping off though. It's not the cleanest of meals. That is peng. Right gang, as I'm sure you can hear by that crazy howling wind and that rain, it has been absolutely relentless. All evening, all night. I have never experienced rain like this before on any of my camps. From the moment I set up the tent till the moment I'm going to bed, it's past midnight now, it has not stopped raining and I haven't been out of the tent once. I don't think that's ever happened before in a camp. So I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm a little bit bunged up at the moment. I was going to have another Lemsip, but I just don't want to be firing stove up again so close to bedtime, because I can't be arsed getting all vents and that back open. So I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully I'll get some decent sleep. I'm definitely going to need my earplugs, and I'll bring you lot back in the morning. So it does seem like the wind is chilled out a little bit. It's not quite as gusty as it were earlier. It's just non-stop. Just a constant, I'm going to say about 30 mile an hour or something at the very most. And then obviously some bigger gusts in the distance at the other side of the Tor. It's those are what I can hear howling. But anyway, I'll bring you lot back in the moonang. Laters. Peace. Wow, what a complete difference, man. I know it's very damp in the air, but that rain and wind has finally stopped. It's now 4:30, and it's so calm out here. This is one of them mornings, you know, where I just cannot be bothered packing up this piss wet through tent and heading back to the car, but I know it needs to be done. Here, I actually woke up, right, to the sound of the Dartmoor ponies running about. I could hear them like making noises and that, sound like bloody Grand National were going on outside tent. I'm hoping we're going to see some as we start walking back down to the car. I completely forgot that there could be ponies and that mooching about up on Dartmoor. Because if you're not aware, they do have wild ponies kicking about round here. But yeah, we're half asleep and I could hear them bloody making noises, running about and that. I'm not sure how close to what at tent, But yeah, like I say, hopefully we'll see some on way down. But yeah, I'm going to slowly start packing away now. It is, time are we on? 10 to 8, so sunrise is going to be in next like 15 minutes or so. But it's looking quite clag. Oh, can't do that with my throat today. Claggy. It's looking foggy as fuck out there, to be honest. But what can we do? It is what it is. We need to get moving actually before that rain comes back. I have had enough rain to last me a lifetime. I just cannot believe how consistent it just came down yesterday. Non-stop, all day. It was ruthless. I think we got a break from it at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went outside for a bit just to stretch my legs and have a leak. But yeah, apart from that, it's just been raining constantly. Right. Oh. My nose and my throat, man. Need to get moving. Although I'm very tempted to bang another one of these down me. Quick lem sip before I hit the road could work wonders. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that now. Pack up and then get out of here. I'll tell you something, these cheap foil mats have got to be up there with some of the best camping equipment you can get that costs under a tenner, because in winter it's worth bringing one of these every single time, because it gives you an extra bit of flooring to sit on as well as your air mat, so that if you've got a 2-person tent you can put this out in front of the air mat to keep your ass from getting off the cold ground. But also it doubles up with your air mat. Not only will it add some extra insulation to keep you warmer, but it'll also protect your air mat from punctures from underneath, or at least give it a better chance of withstanding some punctures, because it's an extra layer. And worst case scenario, if your air mat was to pop, at least you've got something to insulate you from the ground. I know it won't be the comfiest, but it will keep you a little bit warmer. And something else I'm really pleased with as well is this rucksack. Now it's not the comfiest, so anything long distance, it's not really the one for me. But for camps like this, it is absolutely bob on. It is a Sierra Designs flex capacitor, 60 to 75 litres. So it's got these adjustable straps on the outside, so you can literally make it up to 75 litres. And one thing that I really like about it is that when it comes to packing away, you don't have to be really neat and tidy with how you're putting stuff away. You can just sort of chuck it in the bag and you've still got room for your massive tent at the end. Now obviously, like I said, it's not the comfiest. I've actually taken the frame out of this pack because it was digging in my back a little bit. So although it carries all my winter gear, like I must have had, maybe not on this trip, but the first night in Dartmoor, probably 20 kg in that bag with all that Christmas gear and that, and full tubs of applesauce and stuff. So yeah, I can just load it, pack it up to the rafters, and it carries the weight reasonably well. To say I ain't even got a frame in it. But now, my plan, I know this might look weird, I'm just going to stay in my down gear. It's not going to rain for another hour or so, and there's no point me getting changed into all my wet through gear that's been sat soaking in tent all night for me to then need to get changed again once I get to the car. I might as well just stay warm now, stay dry, stay comfortable, because I'll be getting changed when I get to the car anyway. So down pants, down jacket. I've chucked all my clothes that I hiked up in yesterday inside the rucksack. So that is pretty much good to go. And I know it looks like you're never getting a tent in top of that. Trust me, Mary Poppins handbag this. It'll just keep extending and I will have no issues getting this massive tent in this massive backpack. But this is Dartmoor, guys. Are you enjoying it? I know it's a bit claggy. This is the draw we have been dealt. Now I'm not sure if I can see any ponies about. And where would they have been running? Because I could hear them. I could genuinely hear them. Like, doing the noises that ponies make. Yelping and that and shouting about. So I wonder if they're just down on that next little level. Because I've noticed on this tour, you've got like top level there, chief level up there with flagpole. Then you've got this like little secondary level. Then there's this level a bit further down. And then once again there's another level further down. So it sort of just goes down in stages. We're going to be heading sort of that way. I don't know if you can see those rocks just there. That's what I was taking some shelter behind when I first got up here, before I found this pitch. But I'd say we certainly did a job. Although the rain was hitting it quite a bit during the night, we certainly weren't taking the brunt force of those winds which are coming from that side of the tour. Anyway, I need to get this tent packed away before it starts raining so we can get back to the car and then get back to Bradford. I'm actually starving now. I wish I'd have saved a bowl of cereal for this morning, but I'm sure I'll be having a break on the way back home, so I'll get some at then. I heard them. I heard the ponies then. I swear down I heard them. Did sound like they were from that side of the tour. I mean, there's big massive turds all over the floor to indicate that they're definitely mooching around here anyway. Well, they're definitely about. Whoa, what is that? Can you see that on the camera? Big massive tower in distance with red lights on it. What the hell is that? That's the tower that I'm on about. Look at that. Just popping up out of clouds. Hey up. There we are, now it's cleared a bit. Ponies. Dartmoor ponies, they're everywhere. There you are. No wonder I could hear them, sound like Grand National this morning. I'm gonna have to do a bit of research on that, see what it is. I've done a bit of research on that to see what it is. And it is North Hessery Tor Transmitting Station. Standing on the summit of North Hessery Tor in Devon, England. It is an FM radio and television transmitter which uses antennas on a 196 metre high guide mast. So yeah, that explains that. And just a little bit further on from that, HM Prison Dartmoor. Good job I'm not getting drones in that out. I wonder if this is a restricted zone. Unless you've got to get a little bit closer, but I know you can't be flying drones over prisons and that, obviously. Not that I brought the drone anyway, because I just knew it was going to be piss wet through all night. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by the ponies and the transmitter and the prison. Let's get this tent put away. But yeah, I certainly didn't realise we were this close to HMP Dartmoor. That'd have been a surprising night, wouldn't it? If a bloody escapee had come roaming up here, banging on my vestibule, looking for a place to stay the night. It's nice to actually be able to see a little bit of visibility over the moors of Dartmoor. Do they call it the moors down here? If I were up north, this would be moors to me, like moorland. I'm not sure what the lingo is. But this is Great Mis Tor, by the way. And then we passed on the way up here, Little Mis Tor. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that yesterday, but I have no idea what the audio quality is going to be like, whether it were even audible on half of the way up here because of the wind and rain. But yeah, so you know now, just in case you didn't. Great Mis Tor. My second ever night on Dartmoor. So that means we've done 6 tours. It's not bad, is it? On a little 2-night trip to Dartmoor. 6 tours in the bag. Only another 894 to go, something. We were literally pitched in a puddle. Look at that. That is the outcome of 18 hours of non-stop rain. Time to put my money where my mouth is, or ranting and raving about how good this bag is, because you can just fit your tent straight in top. Ooh. No problem. Don't even need to try, squeeze that in. Light work for that bag. I brought a smorgasbord, an array of tent pegs for this trip. That much that they're busting out of bag, don't even fit in the bag. Oh, fail. Try again, take 2. She's an heavy one. I hope I don't see anyone on the way down. I look like I'm coming straight down from Himalayas with all this down gear on. Massive mountaineering gloves and that. I've thought this before about spots, but it's mad to think that I will never camp here. Ever again, I don't think. I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to camp here again, it's just there's that many places to camp in Dartmoor alone, let alone in England, that I'm not going to return to this same spot, am I? Probably. But it's been good, and thank you for having me. So leave no trace, as always. Let's work our way back down here towards the path. I mean, I know I said I wanted to see ponies, but let's not get too close, man. I don't want them charging at me or out. But I'm sure they're really friendly. It's nice to be able to see this area without getting pelted in the face by rain. There is loads of spots around here, like even here, look at this, it's like a bowling green, man. It's so nice. And it's not, it is wet obviously because it's been raining, but it's not saturated, like it's not pooling, which is important. But yeah, there's so many places to camp up here. I'm just glad I found that little space nestled in those rocks, nicely protected from the elements. Right then, where's this path? That's what I want to know. If any of you guys that are watching are actually from Dartmoor, or you know this area, let me know where I should go next. Because yeah, I am definitely going to pencil in some more dates in the calendar to return to Dartmoor. So, I heard it then, did you hear it? Oh. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions, places with some good wild camping spots, then please let me know. Yeah, I can see our path now, and I'm guessing that is a Little Mis Tor. Those rocks there. Couldn't see any of this last night. And did you know, I don't think I've actually mentioned this on this little trip so far, but Dartmoor is actually the only place in England that you're allowed to wild camp. They don't actually mind you wild camping, so that's all right. But one thing I have noticed is, I'm guessing in summer or on the nicer days it'll be a lot busier, but what I have noticed is it's so quiet. in comparison to like the Lake District or Peak District or Snowdonia. Like both car parks that I've been to, there's just been loads of free space. In the one that I went to last night, or yesterday, sorry, there were only me there. Whereas if that were the Lake District, those car parks would be chocker. And they'd charge you for trouble as well. They know what they're doing, don't they? I am going to order myself a big fat curry with all the trimmings. And I'm fancying a nice, spicy butter chicken. Oh my God. That is just the thought of that right now. Speaking of curries, I have actually got a wet arse right now. I'm guessing everything that was soaking wet through in my backpack has started leaking through the backpack fabric and has now gone to the bottom of my coat and is soaking through to my arse. And can I just give a big shout out to the man dem and lady dem of Dartmoor that built this track, because it has made this hike so easy. They really are tiny, aren't they? Are they baby ones or what? I know ponies are nowhere near as big as horses, but they are little, tiny little things. Hey, give me a dirty look then. Fuck you off, you northern bastard. Some of these are a little bit bigger. Not by much, but definitely bigger than those other ones I've seen. This guy's in the middle of that bloody path. Come on, Cocker, let's be having you. Get up, come on. Don't want to stand behind you. Good lad. Whee, I can see the VIP. So we're nearly there. Sick. What a pleasant area. It's just really cool around here. I like it. There she is. The beast. The whip. The whip-tastic. Let's get her fired up straight away, so she can warm up before her long drive home. Oh, she's sounding rough as hell. I think I need to get out of these down pants. I can't be rocking up to services in these, man. No way. It's bad enough rocking up dressed as a bloody banana. Right then. That's me good to go, I reckon. Maybe a bit of deodorant. And we're ready to rock and roll. Alright then, let's get out of here. Back to Yorkshire. Back up north. Right, it's going to be a good time for me to wrap this video up. So, thank you for watching. This has been my first time heading to Dartmoor on this trip. And I promise you lot, I will be back. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get down here, because I know it's been highly requested in the comments. But anyway, I hope you all had a good Christmas. Remember the deal, this was filmed before Christmas, but you're going to see it after Christmas. But I hope you all have a cracking 2026. Don't forget to do all that usual stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Weekly videos every Monday at 7 PM. Click that hype button as well. Let's not forget about that. And I don't mention this a lot these days, but if you do want to support the channel just that tiny little bit more, although you just watching is more than good enough for me, then you can check out the Patreon, or you can buy me a coffee, or what I like to call it, buy me a splash of diesel to get this beast home. Right, peace out in a bit, legends. Peace, laters, bye, in a bit. And check that out for timing. We have literally just set off from the car park and it's just started shitting it down. Timed that spot on, to be fair. Was he? Who lives there, like? Decent, that.